Welcome back, coin enthusiasts and collectors. Today's episode is an exciting journey through some of the top 6 most valuable United Kingdom coins across multiple denominations, including the 1 penny, half penny, 1 shilling, 2 pence, 1 pound, and 1 new penny. These coins are not just pieces of copper or nickel, they are snapshots of history, artistry, and sometimes, incredible rarity that can make a huge difference in value depending on their year, condition, mint marks, or unique errors. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 1 penny 1939 coin. At first glance, it may seem like just another old copper coin, but for collectors and historians, the 1939 penny holds a special place. Minted at a time when the world was on the brink of major change, this coin represents not only currency but also a piece of global history. In this video, we will explore the story behind the 1939 British penny in fine condition, its historical background, its unique design features, its rarity in the collector market, and the surprising auction values it can reach today in US dollars. If you have one of these coins in your collection or happen to find one in old change, you might want to take a closer look. The 1939 United Kingdom 1 penny was issued during the reign of King George VI, who ruled Britain from 1936 to 1952. His reign began after the abdication of his brother King Edward VIII, an event that shocked the British monarchy and the world. By 1939, Europe was on the verge of conflict, and that same year marked the beginning of World War II. Despite the looming war, the Royal Mint continued producing coins for everyday commerce, including the 1 penny. During this period, the penny was an essential part of daily life in Britain. It was widely used for small purchases such as newspapers, sweets, and public transport fares. The coins were struck primarily at the Royal Mint, which has produced British currency for centuries. The 1939 penny was minted in bronze, a metal alloy made mainly of copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. Millions were produced that year, but many were heavily circulated during the war years, making well-preserved examples harder to find today. The design of the 1939 penny is both classic and symbolic. On the obverse side of the coin, you will see the portrait of King George VI facing left. This portrait was designed by the sculptor Thomas Humphrey Paget, whose work became one of the most recognized images of the king. Around the portrait appears the Latin inscription, Georgiv 6D GBROMN Rex F laughing smiley INDIMP, which translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. The reverse side of the coin features the iconic image of Britannia, a female figure symbolizing the strength and maritime power of Britain. She is seated holding a trident and shield, with the sea behind her and a lighthouse in the distance. This design had been used on British pennies for decades and is one of the most recognizable coin images in the world. The 1939 penny measures about 30.8 millimeters in diameter and weighs roughly 9.45 grams. In fine condition, the coin still shows clear design details, although there may be moderate wear on high points such as Britannia's shield or the king's hair. Even in this condition, collectors appreciate the coin for its age and historical significance. Although the 1939 penny had a relatively large mintage, its survival in collectible condition is another story. During World War II, coins were heavily circulated for daily use, and many were lost, melted, or damaged over time. As a result, coins that remain in collectible condition today attract significant attention from numismatists. Even coins in damaged or heavily worn condition can still hold value. Many collectors aim to complete date sets of British pennies from the reign of King George VI, and the 1939 penny is an important piece in that series. Because of this, collectors often purchase examples even if they have scratches, discoloration, or other signs of wear. Another factor that can increase demand is the presence of unusual minting characteristics. Slight variations in strike quality, metal tone, or die marks can make certain examples more desirable. While these differences may seem minor to casual observers, experienced collectors carefully examine them, sometimes using magnification tools to identify unique features. Now let's talk about the value that many viewers are most curious about. The auction price of a 1939 United Kingdom 1 penny depends heavily on its condition. In fine condition, the coin typically sells for around $1 to $5 US dollars in general coin markets. However, prices can vary depending on collector demand and the overall quality of the coin. If the coin is in very fine condition, meaning the details are sharper and wear is lighter, the value may increase to $10 to $20. Coins graded extremely fine or uncirculated can sometimes sell for $40 to $100 or more, especially if they have strong luster and minimal marks. Specialized auctions or collector markets, exceptional examples can fetch even higher prices. Numismatic auction houses often feature well-preserved British coins, and competitive bidding among collectors can push prices upward. While a typical circulated coin may not make someone rich, Rare high-grade examples have the potential to surprise collectors with impressive final auction values. If you are interested in collecting the 1939 British penny, there are several helpful tips to keep in mind. First, always examine the coin's condition carefully. Look at the sharpness of the portrait, the clarity of the lettering, and the details in the Britannia design. The better the detail, the higher the potential value. Avoid cleaning old coins. Many beginners think cleaning improves a coin's appearance, but in reality it can damage the surface and significantly reduce its value. Collectors prefer coins that retain their original patina and natural aging. Consider storing your coins properly. Using protective holders or coin albums can prevent scratches and environmental damage. Humidity and air exposure can affect bronze coins over time, so keeping them in a dry, safe place is important. Research the coin market regularly. Prices can change depending on collector interest, historical anniversaries, or trends in the numismatic community. Online auctions, coin dealer websites, and collector forums are great places to stay informed about the latest market values. In conclusion, the 1939 United Kingdom one penny is more than just an old copper coin. It represents a moment in history when Britain was entering one of the most challenging periods of the 20th century. Featuring the portrait of King George VI and the enduring symbol of Britannia, this coin tells a story of tradition, resilience, and historical change. While coins in fine condition may only be worth a few dollars, their historical importance and collector appeal continue to grow. Whether you are a beginner collector or an experienced numismatist, the 1939 penny remains an interesting and meaningful addition to any British coin collection. Next up, the 1941 United Kingdom halfpenny. At first glance, this small bronze coin may seem ordinary, especially if it has spent decades circulating through shops, markets, and pockets during a very difficult period in history. However, collectors know that even a modest-looking coin can carry significant historical importance and surprising value. In today's video, we will explore the background of the 1941 halfpenny, examine its design and unique features, discuss how collectors view coins in circulated or slightly damaged condition, and reveal what these coins can sell for today at auctions in US dollars. If you enjoy learning about rare coins and hidden treasures, stay with us until the end. The 1941 halfpenny was minted during one of the most dramatic periods in British history, the middle of the Second World War. At that time, the United Kingdom was under the reign of King George VI, who ruled from 1936 to 1952. Coins produced during his reign often carry a deep historical connection because they circulated during wartime Britain, when resources were limited and the nation was focused on survival and rebuilding. The halfpenny itself was part of the old British pre-decimal currency system, which existed long before the United Kingdom adopted the modern decimal currency in 1971. In that system, 2 halfpennies made 1 penny, and 240 pennies made 1 pound. The coin was widely used in everyday transactions, particularly for small purchases such as newspapers, sweets, or public transportation fares. During 1941, the Royal Mint continued producing coins despite wartime pressures. Manufacturing metals for coins was challenging because many metals were needed for military equipment. Yet bronze coins like the halfpenny were still produced to keep everyday commerce functioning. Millions of these coins entered circulation, meaning most examples today show signs of wear from decades of use. The 1941 halfpenny is made from bronze, giving it a warm brown color that can range from reddish tones to darker chocolate shades depending on how it aged over time. The coin measures about 25 mm in diameter and weighs roughly 5.67 grams. On the obverse side, or front of the coin, you will find the portrait of George VI facing left. Around the portrait is the Latin inscription Georgiv 6D GBROMN Rex F laughing smiley INDIMP, which translates roughly to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. This inscription reflects the global reach of the British Empire during that time. The reverse side of the coin features the iconic seated figure of Britannia. Britannia is shown holding a trident in one hand and resting beside a shield decorated with the Union flag. This design has appeared on British coinage for centuries and symbolizes strength, stability, and maritime power. Beneath Britannia appears the date 1941, along with the denomination halfpenny. Collectors often pay close attention to details such as the sharpness of Britannia's features, the clarity of the shield lines, and the condition of the king's portrait. Even small variations in wear can significantly affect the coin's value. Although the 1941 halfpenny was produced in fairly large numbers, its collectible value depends heavily on condition. Many coins from that era circulated heavily for years, which means a large percentage are worn, scratched, or darkened by oxidation. Interestingly, even coins in good or slightly damaged condition can still attract attention from collectors. This is especially true for people building complete collections of halfpennies from the reign of King George VI. A coin graded as good condition usually shows heavy wear, but the major design elements such as the King's portrait and Britannia are still visible. Collectors also value coins from wartime years because they represent a unique historical moment. A coin that circulated in 1941 might have passed through the hands of soldiers, factory workers, and families living through wartime rationing and air raids. This historical connection often increases collector interest even when the physical condition is not perfect. However, the highest prices are always reserved for coins in better grades like very fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated. Damaged coins with corrosion or deep scratches tend to sell for less, but they still hold educational and historical value for collectors. Now let's talk about what collectors really want to know: the market value. The value of a 1941 United Kingdom halfpenny varies widely depending on its condition, color, and overall preservation and good circulated condition, which includes coins with visible wear but readable details. The typical market price is usually between $1 and $5 in most coin markets. These coins are common and frequently appear in coin shops and online marketplaces. If the coin is in fine to very fine condition, meaning more details are visible and the design is clearer, the value can rise to around $10 to $25. Collectors are willing to pay a little more for coins that still show strong design features and in extremely fine condition, where most of the details remain sharp and only light wear is present. Auction prices can reach $30 to $60 or sometimes higher depending on demand. A rare example in uncirculated condition with original reddish bronze color can sometimes sell for $100 or more at specialized auctions. Such high-quality coins are difficult to find because most were used heavily during their circulation years. Of course, auction prices can fluctuate depending on collector demand, grading certification, and the reputation of the auction house. For collectors interested in adding a 1941 halfpenny to their collection, there are a few helpful tips to keep in mind. First, always examine the coin carefully. Look for clear details on Britannia, the King's portrait, and the lettering around the edges. These features help determine the coin's grade. Avoid cleaning old coins. Many beginners believe cleaning improves appearance, but it can actually damage the surface and reduce the coin's value significantly. Collectors prefer coins with natural aging rather than polished surfaces. Consider storing your coins properly. Use coin holders, capsules, or albums to protect them from moisture and fingerprints. Proper storage helps preserve their condition for years to come. If you believe you have a particularly well-preserved coin, it may be worth submitting it to a professional grading service. Certified grading can increase buyer confidence and sometimes improve the coin's resale value. The 1941 United Kingdom halfpenny may appear to be a small and humble coin, but it carries a remarkable story from a powerful era in world history. Minted during the challenges of the Second World War under King George VI, this bronze coin circulated through a nation facing immense change and hardship. While most examples today are found in worn or circulated condition, they still hold historical significance and modest collector value. Depending on its preservation, a 1941 halfpenny can range from just a few dollars to over $100 for exceptional examples. For collectors, the real value often lies not only in the price but also in the connection to history and the satisfaction of preserving a small piece of the past. Next up, the United Kingdom 2p coin from 1999, specifically one in a rare black shade condition. While many collectors are familiar with circulated coins, the black shade variety of this coin is a unique find that can spark intrigue in both new and seasoned collectors. In this video, we'll explore the history, unique features, rarity, current market value in dollars, and tips for anyone hoping to add this coin to their collection. The UK 2p coin was first introduced in 1971 as part of the decimalisation of British currency, replacing the old pre-decimal penny. Designed by Christopher Ironside, the coin features a segment of the royal shield on its reverse side, a design later incorporated into the complete shield when coins are placed together. The 1999 2p coin comes from a year when the Royal Mint produced millions of coins, making it a common date in standard circulated condition. However, coins like the one we are focusing on with a distinctive black shade are highly unusual. This coloration is typically the result of oxidation, toning, or specific environmental factors, giving the coin a dark, almost metallic sheen that sets it apart from standard examples. What makes the 1999 black shade 2p truly special is its eye-catching appearance. Unlike the standard reddish-bronze tone, the black shade adds a dramatic, collectible quality. Collectors often seek coins that exhibit unusual toning or color variations, as these traits are both visually appealing and often indicative of the coin's history. Other key features of the 1999 2p include the obverse displays Queen Elizabeth II's portrait, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. The reverse continues the royal shield motif introduced in 1971, representing Britain's rich heraldic tradition. The coin weighs 7.12 grams and is made of copper-plated steel, which contributes to its unique black toning under certain conditions. This combination of historical significance, modern design, and unusual coloration makes the black shade 1999 2p a standout piece for collectors. Even in damaged or heavily circulated condition, a black shade 1999 2p can attract attention from collectors. While common 1999 2p coins in normal condition are plentiful, the black-toned examples are significantly rarer. Their scarcity stems from the fact that very few coins develop this dark pattern naturally, and coins in such conditions are seldom preserved intentionally. Collectors interested in error coins, toning variations, or simply unusual-looking pieces will often place a premium on black shade examples. Even if the coin shows scratches, minor dents, or other signs of wear, its rarity in terms of color alone can make it highly desirable. The value of a 1999 UK 2p in black shade can vary depending on condition and the intensity of the toning. On the auction market, these coins often sell for anywhere between $5 and $30 in circulated condition, while exceptionally dark or striking examples in near-perfect preservation can fetch higher amounts, sometimes reaching $50 or more. It's important to remember that the market for these coins is niche. Buyers are often collectors specifically seeking unusual toning, which means pricing can fluctuate depending on demand and visibility in online auctions. If you're looking to acquire a black shade 1999 2p, here are some tips. Inspect closely, check for authenticity, as some coins may appear blackened artificially. Natural toning has a distinct pattern that experienced collectors can recognize. Consider condition. While damage doesn't completely diminish value, coins in better condition generally attract higher bids. Use trusted sources. Buy from reputable dealers or auction sites to ensure authenticity and fair pricing. Document provenance if possible. Document where and how the coin was found or purchased. This can help justify its value to future buyers or collectors. Store properly. Keep the coin in a protective case, away from moisture and harsh chemicals, to preserve its unique black shade. The United Kingdom 2p 1999 in black shade condition is a subtle yet captivating collector's item. Its unusual appearance, combined with historical significance and niche demand, makes it a must-see for modern coin enthusiasts. Whether you are a seasoned collector looking to expand your set or a newcomer fascinated by unique coin varieties, this black shade coin offers a rare glimpse into the charm of modern British numismatics. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling coin from 1949, specifically in rusty condition. While many collectors might initially overlook coins that show signs of rust or corrosion, these pieces tell a story of their journey through time. Today, we'll explore the history of this coin, its unique features, the rarity and collector demand even in damaged condition, and its current market value in dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, this video will give you a thorough understanding of why even a rusty 1949 1 shilling coin can be a valuable addition to your collection. The 1 shilling coin of 1949 belongs to the post-World War II era in the United Kingdom, a period marked by recovery and economic restructuring. During this time, the UK was still using the pre-decimal currency system, and the 1 shilling coin represented a significant unit of everyday currency, equivalent to 12 old pence. The 1949 coin was minted under the reign of King George VI, who ruled from 1936 to 1952. His portrait appears on the obverse of the coin, showcasing the dignified, youthful visage of a monarch who had seen the challenges of wartime Britain. The reverse, designed by William Gardner, features the iconic crowned lion standing over a crown, symbolizing strength, unity, and the monarchy's enduring presence. These coins were struck in cupronickel, an alloy that offered durability but was still susceptible to oxidation and rust over decades if improperly stored. The 1949 1 shilling coin was produced in substantial quantities, but over the years, many have suffered from circulation wear, corrosion, and environmental damage. This makes well-preserved specimens rarer today, and even rusty coins hold a certain nostalgic and historical value. Several features make the 1949 1 shilling coin distinct. Design as mentioned, the coin features King George VI on the obverse and the crowned lion on the reverse. The level of detail in the lion's manner, the crown, and the lettering makes it recognizable and collectible. Edge: the coin has a milled edge, which was a security measure to prevent clipping, a common issue in earlier centuries where people would shave small amounts of silver from coins. Size and weight: the coin has a diameter of 23.5 mm and weighs around 5.65 grams, which gives it a solid, substantial feel in hand. Typical of mid-20th century British coinage. Mint mark and year: while the 1949 1 shilling was generally produced without specific mint marks, the year itself indicates its post-war historical context, adding to its interest among collectors of that era. Even when rusty, these features remain identifiable, allowing collectors to authenticate the coin and appreciate its historical design. At first glance, a rusty coin might seem undesirable, but in numismatics, even damaged coins can have value, especially if they are historically significant or from a limited surviving population. The 1949 1 shilling is not extremely rare, but surviving specimens in reasonably good condition have become harder to find. Rusty coins like these tell a story of their long journey in circulation, exposure to moisture, and environmental factors, which gives them a certain appeal to collectors interested in coins with history, not just pristine surfaces. Collectors who specialize in mid-century British coins often seek out these coins to complete sets, even if the pieces show significant wear. While pristine examples may attract premium prices, rusty coins are often more accessible for beginners or budget-conscious collectors, yet they still offer an authentic piece of history. The market value of a 1949 One Shilling coin in rusty condition varies depending on the severity of the rust and overall legibility. On average, heavily corroded coins may sell for $3 to $10, depending on demand. Coins with moderate rust, where the design is still recognizable, may range from $10 to $25. For comparison, a well-preserved 1949 One Shilling in near-mint condition can fetch upwards of $50 to $100 or more in auctions. Online platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and specialized coin dealers provide a good reference for pricing. Keep in mind that prices fluctuate based on collector interest, rarity, and the overall market for mid-20th century British coins. Tips for collectors: assess condition carefully. Even if a coin is rusty, it's important to check for legibility of the design and date. A coin that has lost all identifying marks will have very little value. Cleaning with caution. Avoid aggressive cleaning methods that may damage the coin further. Light soaking in distilled water and gentle brushing can help, but professional conservation is often best. Documentation: keep a record of where and how you acquired the coin. Provenance can add value, especially in auctions. Compare market prices. Check multiple sources before selling or buying. Rusty coins can vary significantly in price depending on collector interest. Storage: prevent further rusting by storing coins in a dry, temperature-controlled environment. Use acid-free holders or flips to protect the metal. The United Kingdom One Shilling coin from 1949, even in rusty condition, remains a fascinating collectible. It embodies the post-war era, carries the portrait of King George VI, and features iconic British design elements that continue to captivate collectors. While heavily rusted coins may not command the highest prices, they still hold historical significance and can serve as an accessible entry point for collectors looking to explore British coinage. Remember, every coin tells a story. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or simply appreciate the rich history of British coins, the 1949 One Shilling offers a tangible connection to the past. Next up, the United Kingdom £1 coin from 2003, specifically examining coins in circulated condition. While it may seem like a fairly common coin at first glance, the 2003 £1 coin has some interesting aspects that make it stand out in the numismatic world. We'll explore its history, unique features, current rarity, and even what you might expect to pay for one at auction in dollars. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting your coin journey, this video is packed with valuable information. The United Kingdom £1 coin was first introduced in 1983, replacing the £1 note. Over the years, it has undergone several design changes and has featured a range of different motifs representing the nations of the United Kingdom. The 2003 £1 coin was part of a series that prominently featured the national symbols on the reverse side, depending on the specific design. The obverse of all £1 coins during this period carried the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which was designed by Ian Rank-Broadley and widely used on British coinage from 1998 onward. In 2003, the coin was made from nickel brass, a combination of 70% copper, 24.5% zinc, and 5.5% nickel. It measured 22.5 millimeters in diameter and weighed 9.5 grams. These coins were widely circulated throughout the United Kingdom, making them a familiar sight in everyday transactions. Despite their common use, certain variations and errors from this year can be of significant interest to collectors. The 2003 £1 coin carries several features that make it recognizable and collectible. The reverse designs from this era typically depicted the heraldic emblems of the UK nations. For instance, the version representing England featured a crowned lion, while others depicted the Scottish thistle, Welsh leek, and Northern Irish flax. The level of detail in the design was intricate, and collectors often pay close attention to aspects like the clarity of the lion's manner or the precise relief of the floral motifs. Additionally, the edge of the coin featured a milled pattern with fine lettering that read Decus et Tutamen, meaning an ornament and a safeguard, which was a traditional feature on many UK £1 coins. This edge inscription has become a key point of interest for collectors seeking coins in both pristine and circulated conditions. While the 2003 £1 coin was minted in relatively high numbers, circulated coins in damaged or worn conditions are surprisingly in demand. Collectors who specialize in high circulation coins often look for examples that have survived everyday use but still retain identifiable features. Coins that are slightly bent, scratched, or worn can still have value, especially if they exhibit rare die errors or unusual minting characteristics. One reason for this demand is that certain coins from this year were withdrawn from circulation earlier than expected due to the UK's eventual transition to the 12-sided £1 coin in 2017. This has made the older round £1 coins, like the 2003 edition, increasingly collectible. Even circulated coins with visible wear can attract interest from collectors who appreciate their historical significance and the story of their usage in everyday life. So, what can you expect to pay for a 2003 £1 coin in circulated condition? On auction sites and coin marketplaces, these coins typically sell for anywhere between $2 and $10, depending on the degree of wear and whether any unique features or minor errors are present. Coins that have unusual toning, slight die variations, or are in higher circulated grades can sometimes fetch prices closer to $116,000. It's important to note that while these values are modest, the potential for rare varieties or collector interest can occasionally push prices higher, especially for coins with distinctive minting quirks. For collectors, this makes the 2003 £1 coin a relatively accessible entry point into the world of UK coin collecting. If you're considering adding a 2003 £1 coin to your collection, here are a few tips. Examine the details even in circulated coins. Details like the lion's manner, the thistle's petals, and the clarity of the edge inscription matter. Well-defined features, despite wear, can make a coin more desirable. Look for errors. Minting errors, such as misaligned strikes, double dies, or unusual coloration, can significantly increase value. Compare marketplaces. Auction sites, local coin shops, and online marketplaces all have slightly different pricing. Compare before purchasing to get the best value. Preserve your coins. Even circulated coins can benefit from careful storage in coin holders or albums to prevent further damage. In conclusion, the 2003 United Kingdom £1 coin in circulated condition may seem ordinary at first glance, but its historical background, unique design features, and the shift toward collectible interest make it a coin worth knowing. Whether you are starting your collection or adding to an existing one, these coins provide a tangible link to everyday British history and are a reminder that even everyday coins can hold collectible value. Keep an eye out for subtle details, explore potential errors, and you might just find a coin that's more valuable than its face value suggests. Next up, the United Kingdom one new penny from 1979. While it may appear to be a simple, everyday coin at first glance, this piece holds a unique place in numismatic circles. Known for its historical significance and collectible appeal, the 1979 one new penny is particularly sought after when found in fine condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into coins, understanding the rarity and auction value of this coin can offer both excitement and insight into the broader coin market. The United Kingdom one new penny was first introduced in 1971 as part of the decimalisation of British currency. Prior to this, the UK used the old pounds, shillings, and pence system, which was far more complicated. Decimalisation simplified transactions, replacing the old penny with the new penny, making £1 equal to 100 pence. The 1979 edition came during Queen Elizabeth II's long reign, featuring her portrait on the obverse. This period in British coinage is notable because the Royal Mint was producing coins with high precision, and circulation was widespread, meaning millions of these pennies entered everyday use. However, despite its common appearance, certain years and mint conditions have become more desirable for collectors over time. The 1979 one new penny carries several distinctive features that make it stand out. On the obverse, it showcases the classic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, a design that remained on coins throughout the 1970s. The reverse, designed by Christopher Ironside, features a crowned portcullis with chains, a symbol of the Palace of Westminster, reflecting Britain's rich heritage and history. Coins from this era are made of bronze, giving them a rich, reddish-brown color that develops a characteristic patina over time. Collectors particularly appreciate fine-condition coins where the details of the crown, chains, and the Queen's features remain clearly visible, as this enhances the coin's historical and aesthetic appeal. While the 1979 one new penny was minted in large quantities, finding one in fine condition today is increasingly rare. Most circulated coins exhibit signs of wear, such as scratches, fading, or discoloration. Coins in fine condition, however, retain sharp details and minimal surface damage. This scarcity drives collector interest, especially among those seeking to complete a set of decimal coins from the 1970s. Even a slightly worn coin from this year can command attention because it bridges the gap between common circulation coins and high-grade specimens, which are extremely limited in availability. In terms of market value, a 1979 one new penny in fine condition is modestly priced but notable for collectors who prioritize completeness and quality. On average, auctions and online marketplaces show this coin valued between $433,000, depending on its exact state, provenance, and demand at the time of sale. Coins with even minor imperfections may fall on the lower end, while those retaining clear details with minimal surface marks can attract higher offers. Comparatively, uncirculated or proof versions of this coin can fetch substantially higher prices, emphasizing the importance of condition when determining value. For those interested in adding a 1979 one new penny to their collection, a few key tips can help ensure success. First, examine the coin's detail carefully, particularly the Queen's portrait and the reverse portcullis, as these features are most indicative of its condition. Second, consider sourcing coins from reputable dealers or auctions where authenticity is guaranteed, avoiding inexpensive bulk lots that may include heavily worn or altered coins. Third, store your coins properly to maintain their condition, ideally in coin holders or albums away from moisture and sunlight. Finally, keep an eye on collector communities and marketplaces, as values can fluctuate depending on interest in specific years or mint marks. In conclusion, the United Kingdom one new penny 1979 is more than just a piece of currency. It is a small artifact of British history and a collectible that offers insight into the nation's transition to decimal currency. While it is not the rarest coin in existence, its appeal lies in its historical significance, design, and condition. For collectors, finding a fine condition example is a rewarding experience, combining the thrill of discovery with the satisfaction of owning a tangible piece of numismatic history. Whether you are an experienced collector or a casual enthusiast, the 1979 one new penny is a humble yet captivating addition to any collection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1979 UK one new penny, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our coin collecting guides and auction updates.